One of the reasons why we're excited about Missio is because Missio is shaped around theological framework for spiritual formation.
It's more about formation versus information. So the real idea is that we'll be formed as communities, churches will be formed as communities, youth groups, small groups will be formed as communities of people to engage in God's mission in the world through the entire story of Scripture. So it's less about coming out and knowing all the right things about the Bible and much more being able to engage in living out God's story in the world.
Missio has been put together in order that we could create a pathway or a framework to help children, youth, and adults experience that mission.
There's 3 different tracks. There's a track that's for adults, and so it's engaging around the same passages that youth and young adults and kids will all engage with as well, but maybe some of the lesson-specific questions, that second encounter moment, will be a little bit, they'll be tailored to kind of the adult context. And then there's a youth, young adult section, which is focused in on just the specificities of that life stage and where youth and young adults are at. And then there's a children's aspect to the curriculum as well, and that's more focused in on kids, younger kids in the community. So the idea is that each sort of group of the community, adults, youth, young adult, and children will all be engaging the same passage of Scripture, but engaging it in ways that are specific to where they're at in their life stage. So there's a real conversation that's happening across the community, but it's happening in some different ways and maybe in some different contexts.
The thing about Missio that's so exciting for us is that Missio is connected to a larger framework, a philosophy, a theology of spiritual formation. First, it helps you dive into the story of God, to see themes or to see threads that run all the way through Scripture that help us better understand who God is. And so diving into this story helps to inform our theology. So as the story informs our theology begins to inform our calling and identity. Who we are as a people of God. Our identity and calling informs our way of life, who we are becoming. It's the set of virtues that we hold to, that it's the convictions, it's the beliefs, it's the things that shape us, that drive us to become missional people. So we're excited about this Missio resource. We're excited about what God is going to do in your particular churches as you engage the mission of God for the sake of the world.